The Topkapi Palace was the primary residence of the Ottoman sultans for approximately 400 years, 1465 to 1856. Within the Topkapi Palace complex are three main gates: the Imperial Gate, the Gate of Salutation, and the Gate of Felicity. This massive gate, known as the Imperial Gate or Gate of the Sultan, originally dating from 1478, is now covered in 19th century marble. Its central arch leads to a high-domed passage. Gilded Ottoman calligraphy adorns the structure at the top. Located in the great square in front of the Imperial Gate is the fountain of Sultan Ahmed III, built in Turkish Rococo and dates back to 1728. The large Gate of Salutation, also known as the Middle Gate, leads into the palace and the second courtyard. With its two grand towers, it served as a symbol of pomp and majesty of the Ottoman state and has since become an icon for the whole of Topkapi Palace as well. An inscription at the door dates this gate to at least 1542. The gate is richly decorated on both sides and in the upper part with religious inscriptions and monograms of sultans. On the upper part of the gate there is a beautiful calligraphy inscription of the Muslim profession of faith. There is no God but God. Muhammad is the prophet of God. No one apart for official purpose and foreign dignitaries were allowed passage through the gate. All visitors had to dismount by the middle gate, since only the Sultan was allowed to enter the gate on horseback. However, the women of the palace were allowed to go through the gate in royal carriages. The Gate of Felicity served as the entrance to the private residence of the Sultan. The neoclassical Library of Sultan Ahmed III is a beautiful example of Ottoman architecture of the 18th century. The exterior of the building is faced with marble. The porch can be approached by a flight of stairs on either side. Beneath the central arch of the portico is an elaborate drinking fountain with niches on each side. The walls above the windows are decorated with 16th and 17th century tiles. This fantastic covered patio offers great views of the Sea of Marmara, the Bosphorus and the Golden Horn. Full view of the Sea of Marmara, the Bosphorus and the Golden Horn. Since photography was not allowed, following are pictures captured from the internet of the imperial treasures we saw at the Conqueror's Pavilion in the third courtyard. The Topkapi dagger, the 86-carat spoonmaker's diamond, the bejeweled crest, ceremonial gold flask, golden candlesticks, helmet, Ottoman 16th century, golden festival throne, Festival Eve throne, hand and forearm of Saint John the Baptist, the Terrace Mosque. The museum shop. The Raven Pavilion served as a religious retreat of 40 days. The Iftar pergola, where sultans would break their fast in the evening whenever the month of Ramadan fell in the summertime. The gilded Iftar pavilion, also known as the Iftar kiosk, offers a view of the Golden Horn and is a magnet for tourists today for photo opportunities. Great view of the Galata Tower. The Golden Horn and the Galata Bridge. The Baghdad kiosk was built to commemorate the Baghdad campaign of Murad IV after 1638. It closely resembles the Raven kiosk. On the right side of the entrance is a fireplace with a gilded hood. In the middle of the room is a silver mangal charcoal stove, a present from King Louis XIV of France. In 1640, the circumcision room was added. It was dedicated to the circumcision of young princes, which is a primary rite of passage in Islam. The Tower of Justice is located between the Imperial Council and the harem. The tower is several stories high and the tallest structure in the palace, making it clearly visible from the Bosphorus as a landmark. The Imperial Council building is the chamber in which leading officials of the Ottoman state held meetings. It is also called Kubelt, which means under the dome, in reference to the dome in the council main hall. View of the Kubelt with the golden window visible on the right. From the window with the golden grille, the Sultan was able to follow the deliberations of the council without being noticed. The window could be reached from the imperial quarters in the adjacent Tower of Justice. The imperial harem occupied one of the sections of the private apartments of the Sultan. It contained more than 400 rooms. The harem was home to the Sultan's mother, the valid Sultan, the concubines, and wives of the Sultan, and the rest of his family, including children and their servants. The harem consists of a series of buildings and structures connected through hallways and courtyards. Gate separating the harem from the paved courtyard of the black eunuchs. The passage of concubines. The court of the concubines and the Sultan's consorts. Apartments of the Queen Mother. The courtyard of the Queen Mother. Hall with a fountain. The private chamber of Sultan Murad III. The twin kiosk apartments of the Crown Prince. The Golden Road. Then it was time to say goodbye to beautiful Topkapi Palace.